Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the country course today. Lovely to be at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. It's a glorious day. The sun's out. The last 2 days the sun has been shining. Just a report back. I know that many punters would want to know what's happening in terms of that track condition. Well, I see early this morning they reported it to be good to soft. The penetrometer reading at about 24. But as the afternoon progresses, it's going to dry up, and there's no doubt that we're set for a good day's racing. There's updated changes. There's changes aplenty. The first race gets underway at 12:30 today, and the last race being the 9th race, all things being equal, go off at 5:15. All right, so we're going to dive into the card. I'm going to give you the nitty gritty and what I like. I've obviously spent a bit of time in this computer form, and we're certainly looking forward to it. The first race looks competitive. There's a few nice horses here. I think Rattlesnake from an inside draw over this trip needs to be hugely respected. He's got an outstanding winning chance after running third to Major Apollo in his last start. He was beaten just over 2 lengths on that occasion, and I think that draw 1 here at Hollywoodbets Durbanville is going to put him in good stead. So he's one of my leading lights, and then big respect for number 9, Handsome Prince, who's well fancied in the betting. I see that Handsome Prince, Justin Snaith in the front of the computer form did say that he's a very smart horse and he's a horse we need to follow leading up into the Cape Summer season. If he can beat the draw, he's going to give Rattlesnake lots to think about into the closing stages. Then we go to race number 2. It goes off at 1:05. This is where the bipod starts. Now, there's quite a few horses that have put their hand up to be horses that we need to watch out for. I think Stated gets a perfect chance to exit the maidens. He's been very consistent through his career. Sean Veal gets his opportunity for Justin Snaith from a half-decent draw of 5. There's been a few scratchings in the race, which is going to make life a bit easier for him. And then number 10, Regulation, at a decent price. Watch him go to the start. He's a magnificent-looking individual, is Regulation, and I firmly believe the further he goes, the better he's going to be. Perhaps you'll see big improvement from run 1 to run 2. So I would include Regulation into larger bets. But it's not an easy race, race number 2. You're probably going to have to include a good 2 or 3 horses to make sure that you survive the first leg of the bipod. Let's go along to race number 3. Now, this is where the best bet comes up. I think many punters will start their multiples, perhaps being the first leg of the place accumulator. You want to banker this horse, Pentalina. Very short is number 8, the daughter of One World. The blinkers go on, and I'll be very shocked if she gets beat. That's the short and sweet end of it. If she can't win today, she's going to battle going forward. I think she gets the perfect race, perfect jockey, half decent draw. I'm not too worried about the draw when it comes to Pentalina. She's quite versatile. She can go forward or she can drop off them, and she's got a striking turn of foot. So today or never for Pentalina in my book. She's trading at 4-10, and I'll make her the best bet here at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. Let's go to race number 4. The 4th race is where the pick 6 starts, the bet we all want to catch. Now, the 4th race, again, it doesn't look to be easy. There's 1 or 2 horses that must have outstanding chances. There's one horse in particular that I'm really looking forward to calling this afternoon, and that's number 6, Pretty Precious. I think 18-10 is still very generous about this individual. I don't know where they are in terms of preparation. She's been off the track 121 days. Gareth Wright gets the ride for Brett Crawford, and she by far brings the best form into the race. If she's almost 80% ready to go, I think Pretty Precious is going to take a bit of beating when it comes to the 4th race this afternoon. Let's go to race number 5, the first jackpot. It's the Turf Talk Syndicate. It's an open maiden. They line up at the 1,000 meter marker, and I'm going to be on the short side of things over here. I don't want to bore you. At the end of the day, this sort of race, anything can win. There's a few horses that have got big chances. There's been a number of scratchings. My first choice in the race was number 7, Captain West. Unfortunately, he's been withdrawn. That means that a minefield sort of field. So I don't know where to guide you. I don't know what to tell you. So what I'm going to tell you, if you have got the budget, maybe you want to go with a big F over there when it comes to race number 5. Perhaps we go field just to make sure that we survive all the exotics. Page along, we go to race number 6. It's off at 3:30. They'll line up at the 1,000 meter marker. It's the Winter Country Championship. It's over 1,000 meters, as I've mentioned. It is the final event of this country championship, and boy oh boy is it competitive. So what I'm going to do is give you my value bet over here, and that comes up in with number 5, Major Apollo. Now, if you have a look at number 5, Major Apollo, he's a 4-year-old son of Captain of All. He's an absolute speedball. I think he's going to love Hollywoodbets Durbanville. From a good draw, he'll bounce out and he'll play the catch me if you can game. So I'm very confident at about 7-2 in the markets, you'll get a big run from Major Apollo. So I'm going to make him my first selection in race number 6. The race doesn't stop there, hence the reason why I'm going to make him my value bet. We're either going to take our chances and back him on the nose at 7-2, but in terms of your exotics, you might want to add 1 or 2 more just to cover him up. But he's got the speed, he'll be put in the race, and off that false rail today with the penetrometer reading at about 24, he could be very hard to catch into the closing stages. Let's go to race number 7. The 7th race is the Winter Country Championship. It is over 1,400 meters. It goes off at 4:05. Now, this particular race, I like a horse that's been in good form at the moment, and that's Kelp Forest, number 10. Grant Van Niekerk gets the ride for Adam Marcus. He's really been moving to the gates beautifully of late. That's key with him. Watch him move down to the start. Sometimes he can be a little bit iffy, but kudos to Adam Marcus. His team working very hard back at the Milnerton Training Centre, and the way that they've got this horse moving down to the gates and the way he's moving in his races the last couple of starts, if he can go down in similar fashion, he could take a power of beating and complete the hat-trick over here. He's already a 4-time winner, is Kelp Forest, and I'm not too worried about the draw, because he'll sit off them. He'll probably start making his way towards the middle outside of the track off the false rail, and I'm hoping he'll be good enough to complete the hat-trick. Yes, he's up in class. Life's not going to be easy for him, but I still like his odds of about 28-10, and I'm going to side with him when it comes to the 7th race this afternoon. Let's go to race number 8. It's the Winter Country Championship. It's over 1,600 meters, the final event. It goes off at 16:40. And again, I don't like the look of this particular race. I've tried to spend some time patching form together. Ultimately, my pens landed on number 6, Flyfoot Chira. He's the obvious selection. He brings in some solid form into the race. He'll be at home over 1,600 meters. Candice Bass-Robinson's the trainer. Aldo riding very well at the moment. And I'm not too worried about the break. Many horses have come back from a small break because they've been freshened up. And as we know here in the Western Cape, the rain has caused havoc. So some of these horses haven't raced on close to over a month, some 2 months. All right, so I'm going to go with number 6, Flyfoot Chira. I think we'll keep it at that. If he can get the right one in transit from a half-decent draw, he could represent the value in this race. So I'm going to go with him in a big way when it comes to the 8th race this afternoon. The last race being race number 9. 5:15 is the off time. It's the lucky last. If we've come to the last race and we're in a bit of trouble, I would suggest we probably keep our money in our pockets. I don't like the look of the race. I really don't like the look of this race. There's a few horses that I've been following for quite some time. Again, my first selection was English Mistress. She's been scratched. I think she lines up in Gqeberha on Friday as English Mistress. And after that scratching, it's become an absolute nightmare. Probably if you're looking to have a bet, maybe number 3, Lucky 13. That was a great run with Lungagila last time out at Hollywoodbets Durbanville on the 25th of July. Took off to run 3rd, beaten 2.5 lengths by Protect the Dream. I called the race on that opinion, and had it been another 100 meters or so, I think she goes very close to winning. So if we've come to the last and we're in a sticky situation, a few each ways on number 3, Lucky 13 can't do any damage. All right, so that's it from my side. I'll be calling. We've got a wonderful team presenting. It'll be Vicky, it'll be MJ and Grant Knowles, and we really hope that you enjoy it with us. It's a lovely course, this Hollywoodbets Durbanville. Sun shining, and there looks to be some value on this 9-race program.